Hi, I'm Ben Murdoch, the songwriter coach, and welcome to day 11 of my 14-day lyric writing challenge, keeping us songwriters creating during isolation. So okay, yesterday we grouped together our rhymes, so they should now be pretty well organised. Now we're going to try and get a song written using another recipe which you may be familiar with, and it's called rhyme schemes. So in yesterday's challenge I talked about how rhyme is like a sat-nav or a roadmap, telling the listener where the song's going, and this is largely down to the rhyme scheme that's chosen. So what is rhyme scheme? Well, it's the pattern of rhyme that you choose to follow for your lines. So we've been working with 4-line verses and choruses, so that's what we're going to stick to today. The first and simplest rhyme scheme is called monorhyme, or the AAAA scheme. This means that all the lines rhyme with each other. Adele uses it in her song Hello, which goes, "Hello, can you hear me? I'm in California dreaming about who we used to be when we were younger and free. I'd forgotten how it felt before the world fell at our feet." So all the lines here rhyme, and although feet and free isn't perfect rhyme, it's something called assonance rhyme, it really works. Assonance rhyme means that the vowel sounds are the same, and that's what's rhyming, that's what matches, rather than the end of the word. It doesn't offer the same resolution as perfect rhyme, but it works really nicely, and it's something else to work with when you're using rhyme. And same with Hozier's Take Me to Church. He uses assonance rhyme throughout his verse, and that is also in monorhyme of AAAA. My church offers no absolutes. She tells me worship in the bedroom. The only heaven I'll be sent to is when I'm alone with you. So you can see the use of assonance there, can't you? It's the oo sound which links all of the words together, making it sound like it rhymes. Absolutes, bedroom, to and you. So going back to my sat-nav analogy that I used before, the monorhyme AAAA scheme is like a sat-nav telling you to stay on the same road for the whole verse, going in a straight line the whole way. Now that sort of driving can get a little bit boring. And that's why writing in this rhyme scheme can be hard, a bit treacherous actually, because you can make it sound a little monotonous. And one way to relieve that is by changing the length of the line, like Adele did in her song Hello. So lines 1 and 3 of her verse are around half as long as lines 2 and 4, and this breaks up the monotony really nicely. So doing that is a bit like the sat-nav calling out a couple of roundabouts along the way, and then you just need to go on straight in between them, but it breaks up the road a little bit at least. But if you're looking to convey monotony, then this rhyme scheme's great. Hozier doesn't alter the line length with his verse. He's kind of wanting to convey and use that monotony and control here because it goes so well with his content. Another rhyme scheme you might look at is the AABB scheme. It simply means that the first 2 lines rhyme with each other, they're both A, and the last 2 lines rhyme with each other and they're B. So let's go back to our childhood here to demonstrate how this works. Probably know this one. Humpty Dumpty sat on the wall, Humpty Dumpty had a big fall, all the king's horses and all the king's men couldn't put Humpty together again. So that uses this AABB rhyme scheme. Lots of other nursery rhymes do as well, like Bar Bar Black Sheep, for example. That uses the same rhyme scheme. And it's used because of its simplicity and how the pattern resolves so strongly. But it's not just nursery rhymes, thankfully, that use it. The wonderful song Shallow from the great movie A Star Is Born uses this rhyme scheme too. So it goes, "Tell me something, girl, are you happy in this modern world, or do you need more? Is there something else you're searching for?" So this is clever use of the scheme because it kind of splits the verse into 2 sections which are nicely related. This rhyme scheme resolves nicely, it flows really well, and our expectations are satisfied. The song Shallow uses it really cleverly because 3 of the 4 lines are using questions about whether she's happy or not. So it uses its content to slightly destabilise an otherwise very stable rhyme scheme. So yesterday I mentioned the song Guns and Ships from the musical Hamilton. That also uses the AABB rhyme scheme and uses perfect rhyme for it. So how does a ragtag volunteer army in need of a shower somehow defeat a global superpower? How do we emerge victorious from the quagmire, leaving the battlefield waving Betsy Ross's flag higher? Sat-nav wise, it's like it's telling you to drive for 2 lines, then make a slight left turn, then carry on for another 2 lines, where your destination will be in front of you. You could choose the ABAB rhyme scheme, which is called alternate rhyme. What about this one? Would you believe in a love at first sight? Yes, I'm certain that it happens all the time. What do you see when you turn out the light? I can't tell you, but I know that it's mine. So this classic Beatles song uses just that. Lines 1 and 3 rhyme with each other, they're the A's, and lines 2 and 4 do as well, and they're the B's. Okay, so Satnav here is having a bit more fun. It's saying to sort of go straight on for one line, then turn right and head in that direction for a line as well. And then, that was nice, let's try that again. Let's do the same. We'll go forward on this road for a bit and then we'll turn right and see where that takes us. Now each rhyme scheme is going to have a different effect. So if you look at the monorhyme A scheme that I just read out with Adele's Hello, it's very easy to follow. It's very predictable, but in a good way. It's a very strong rhyme scheme because everything rhymes. But like I said before, it can go horribly wrong if the rhymes become too predictable. It can all be a bit of a mess. So mixing up the way you rhyme using the AAA rhyme scheme is really helpful. That's, so making sure it's not all perfect rhyme, otherwise it might sound a bit like a children's poem. So use of assonance here and other rhyme types is really useful, but also changing the length of the line, that's going to really help too. Now, contrast the AAA rhyme scheme with the AAAX scheme. This is where the first 3 lines rhyme with each other and the last one doesn't. And we're going to turn to Coldplay for an example of this one and their song Fix You. So if you remember it goes, when you try your best but you don't succeed, when you get what you want but not what you need, when you feel so tired that you just can't sleep, stuck in reverse. Okay, so it's merrily going along with all the lines rhyming, and you expect the last line to be a similar length and to rhyme with everything else, giving full resolution at the end of the verse. But no, that's not what happens. That's not what happens at all. Something totally unpredictable and wonderful happens. The syllable count almost halves and the line doesn't rhyme with everything else at all. It's off on its own. It's great to use this if you want to cause a destabilizing effect, giving the listener a bit of a kick on that last line by refusing to resolve. It's like when you're watching a film and there's a sudden twist which throws you off. How do you feel when this happens? And what does it do for the story? For me, it keeps my interest by helping keep the story fresh and unpredictable. It's your sat-nav saying, go straight on for the whole verse. But then when you get to line 4, it surprises you by speaking again. It says, recalculating route, turn sharp right now. This AAAX scheme is very useful if you're writing about something which isn't lovely, happy and perfect. Like if it's a sad story, like Coldplay's Fix You, for example. Life is unpredictable, after all, so there are rhyme schemes to cover just that. There are lots of different rhyme schemes, and the number of them and the number of possibilities increases with the number of lines of your verse or chorus. We're going to stick to talking about 4 lines here. Rhyme schemes are a tool. You choose which one you want to use to best serve your lyrics and the feel of what you're going for. And that's exactly what you need to do now. You all have your rhymes grouped together, so you can now choose a rhyme scheme and begin constructing a verse using it. For example, I might choose an ABAB verse to fit the feel of my writing. I might choose AAAX because I want to throw in that destabilizing line at the end just to throw people off. It's totally up to you. Now, I told you before, it's best if your internal and external lines are color-coded so you can find them easily. This is because what I'd really like you to do is to try and stick to the verse pattern we discussed on day 9. So that was line 1 external, line 2 external, line 3 external, and line 4 internal. So if you choose the AABB rhyme scheme, for example, you need the first 2 lines to rhyme with each other and be external dimensions, and line 3 to be external, which rhymes with the internal dimension of line 4. Got it? Okay, great. So let's do it. Let's create a great sounding verse which rhymes really well. If you want to extend this exercise, then move on and try to create a chorus after you've done the verse. If you do this, remember to reverse the order of the lines. So you'd be looking at the 4 lines being internal, 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 external. It's the upside down pudding. It's the upside down version of the chorus. Play with the rhyme schemes for the chorus. If your verse was the ABB, then you could try doing the same thing, or you could go ABAB or AAAX, maybe making X the title of the song. Have a bit of fun with it. It's like cooking. You've got a load of ingredients here, and it's totally up to you how you use them to get to the end product of the dish. Good luck. Now, if you're enjoying this 14-day challenge, then please don't forget to hit like and share too if you can. Also, of course, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell so you get notified when I release a new video. And as usual, stay in, stay safe, and keep writing great songs. I'm going to see you all here tomorrow for day 12.